Hi, Scorpio-Sagittarius. Welcome in to your timeless astrology tarot reading here at Cusp Roses on YouTube. My name is Gabrielle. For anybody new tuning in here, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And for those returning, welcome back. And thank you as well for tuning in. Happy to have everyone here tonight. Thank you for your time. All right. I'm hoping that this message will be helpful for you. You can also apply this energetic reading to your 8th and ninth house, everything you need to know about this channel and how to navigate it and what this energy is all about. Not the comments, the description box below, child. Okay, yeah. Oh, Scorp Sag, Scorp Sag, Scorp Sag. The energies we experience, yeah? Fair warning, my energetic state right now requires me to breathe a little bit more, have a little bit more silence, okay? To maintain connection, so just bear with me, y'all. Hey, Solar Moon, welcome in. Hey, Cece. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I appreciate you. All right, we're going to go ahead and just get into it. Scorpio Sagittarius. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, what is going on, Holy Spirit? What is guiding, supporting, influencing Scorp Sag energies or the 8th and ninth house within the collective at the now moment? Okay. The 5th house. Yeah, Leo season. Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay. Because truthfully here, with that Sag energy, being in a fire season, and the same thing goes for being in a water season, it's felt. It is felt. And I feel as though within this cusp of energy, you know, purging and having to release and having to acknowledge feelings, emotions, ideas, thoughts, cycles of energy is nothing new. I do feel like this Leo season is activating, I almost want to say, a deeper fire, if that makes sense. It's like the fire is reaching into deeper parts of your soul so that you can see things, because fire is light, so that you can feel things because it brings warmth, but also so you can create as it does. Things are forged in fire, but also destroy. Things can be burnt away through fire. So the multifaceted energy that comes with the fire element is where I feel like the majority of your energy is at, or your experience is under the current cosmic influences. Okay, so your 5th house, whatever that might be, quick cheat sheet, you can just count forward 5 signs from your ascendant. Okay, hold on one second, y'all. Give me a minute. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is another message here, Scorp Sag. Interruptions. I also am getting this message of righteous anger. Okay, now I'm not sure how that, maybe that's a part of the purging that's happening for you. Righteous anger. So feeling the way you do and having the right to, in a way, I don't know. That's an interesting message. We'll pull a little bit more on that. Tell me more here, Spirit. What's going on? Yeah, and there you are, your 9th house. So with the 5th house comes passion, play, childlike energy, children, confidence, inner child, you could say, and your creativity. And look at you, 8th house at the bottom with the 9th house on the board. Spiritual growth. Natural ruler of the 9th house, Sagittarius. Here's the 8th house again with Mars coming out. Okay, so you got a 4-card reading here, and you've got the sun at the bottom. Self-express, embody truth. The sun being in the 5th house. Sun being in Leo. Sun ruling Leo. So something about Leo, whether you have Leo in your chart Or Leo could just represent the courage needed, the the confidence required to be the Mars energy that you are, right? Mars and Jupiter being your influences. Move forward in defending the self, transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacies. Something very ancestral. We get this a lot for your cusp, especially when the cosmos, when we're doing our astrology readings. Something about your ancestors are coming through this 8th house energy. When I heard or said the word legacies, that's what I kind of connected with instantly. With Mars now being here and me saying that, there is a battle here. There is I almost want to say an energetic fight that you've been doing or you're now going to have to do in order to create space for you to explore your 5th house energy. To activate the inner child. You guys definitely need to tap into your solar plexus as much as possible right now. I feel like there's a lot pulling at your solar plexus or attempting to connect with your solar plexus right now. So any sort of protection that you need to do against sort of like parasitic energies, vampiric energy, please make sure you're keeping that up, especially as we're nearing close to this 8/8 portal in an 8 year, in the year of the dragon. It's a lot. It's a lot of power being returned. Wow. That just came right out through me. There's a lot of power being returned to your solar plexus. So as I was kind of channeling in the members meditation that we do for YouTube members only before every reading, these emotional waves are purging you, as they always do, as you're very familiar with, the more that you get to know your own frequency, right? Scorp-Sag, I think that what may be difficult and why Mars is kind of stepping in to assist you is the fight. I feel you very much so in the 9 of Wands, Sagittarius energy, Chiron energy. Chiron's doing its retrograde dance right now, so fair, right? That's the lens. Chiron is, I believe, co-ruled with Leo and Sagittarius, so again, you really are feeling this. And it is going to require you to fight for what you want. But I almost feel like getting to the root of what you want is where that might be a little murky. It's where you're being called to let go. It's where you're being called to defend. It's where you're being called to spiritually grow. Some of you have also been in a hermit energy, a hermit season, I can say, where you have gone through a lot of this 8th, 9th house, really getting in tune with your own energy. Some of you could have Mars in Scorpio-Sagittarius or on the cusp. It's getting you to face these fears around the transformations that you might be sensing are necessary. And I'm not feeling the fear as like, oh God, I don't want to do it. Like, no, not that type of thing. It's just Chiron. It's the 9 of Wands. Do I have to do it? Do I have to do another fight? Like, I'm a bit worn out, exhausted, tired. I feel that from the soul, from the sun energy, from the inside. Tired, exhausted of the battle, of the defense that you've had to put up. So maybe that's the message in and of itself, Scorp-Sag. Do you have to put that defense up? Maybe at one point you did, but Are you still at that point? Can you look at your journey thus far and see how far you've come, and maybe try to, ooh, I know I'm asking a tall order here, I understand, trust me, but, and again, there's that word, maybe there's a call for you to trust something that by every wand in the Nine of Wands, you're like, yeah, no, a little too seasoned for that, or maybe a little too scorned. Okay, so maybe that's what you're facing in purging. Any sort of scorched earth is what I just heard. Oh gosh, yeah, I mean, true. Any sort of scorched earth within you, which would call forth your Queen of Cups, which again we saw in the members' meditation, so that makes sense. It would call forth your Queen of Cups to have to water that scorched earth. Whew. Yeah. Okay. All right. So breathe, Scorp Sag. Breathe as much as possible. Again, connect with your solar plexus. All right. Ride those waves like you know how to. And yeah, and look, the sun at the bottom of your main oracle, and then the sun being at the bottom of the tarot, right? Oh, and I'm gonna sound so cliche when I say this, but sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. Ugh, gross, right? I know, I understand, but it's kind of feeling like the situation here. In order to truly experience that flow of creativity through your fifth house, after all that you've had to grow through and transform through and steep yourself in the awareness of, which again, awareness can sound really light, airy, and fluffy. It can be very dark. I just heard dangerous sometimes, or it can invoke the feeling of danger. When you're really aware of the energies at play, it can hurt. Whew. And speaking of that hurt, yeah, come on now, it can hurt. The Lovers, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Some of you are being called to defend a path that you've chose for yourself. Okay, some of you, there is this energetic defense against a Knight of Cups coming in towards you. And that's really interesting because rarely do I ever get the Five of Wands as protection. But this feels like you being here in this Lover's energy and your guides, your angels, your ancestors, almost like creating a barrier around you. For those of you that can identify with being in a hermit season, that's what's been happening. Some of you, there is a relationship, okay? That did come out in the members' meditation as well. There is a relationship here that has either potential to grow, is growing, you're already in, or is coming up for you. Well, yeah, let me just start pulling before I say that. Let me just start pulling. Tell me more about this fifth house energy for Scorpio-Sagittarius. Tell me more about this fifth house energy, ninth house, eighth house, and Mars. So you could have Mars in your fifth, ninth, or eighth, just quite simply. Or Scorpio or Sagittarius could be in one of these three houses for you. Clarify the fifth house energy. Listen. Listen. All right. For those of y'all, my YouTube members, here we are again. Starting off the same. The Ace of Pentacles with the King of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles here at the bottom. What I'll say is, Scorp Sag, there's an opportunity coming your way. Okay? Oh, oh boy. And I think that could be possibly the trigger. Some of you are definitely going to have to acknowledge your triggers in a new way, or have to kind of work through them, move forward through a trigger. Okay? Not to say ignore it, acknowledge it, experience it, but push forward nonetheless. Because it almost feels like this Ace of Pentacles is bringing you to the Queen of Pentacles energy, or steeping you deeper into your Queen of Pentacles energy. This King of Swords, Taurus, Gemini energy, could also be Aquarius energy, could also be Aries energy with the King of Swords. All right. I want to say something. I want to say so much, but again, I feel like that 8th house energy is thick. It's really thick. You got the 3 of Pentacles with the Hierophant, right? So here's the thing. There could be someone that possibly wants to work with you here, establish something with you, with that creativity, create something with you, or this is an opportunity for you to create something for yourself, to establish yourself, Hierophant energy, create an establishment, an industry. Yeah, you got the 3 of Cups, something that could be worth celebrating, or something that puts you in the position to pour and give back or give out or pay forward in some way. You got 2 3s, so there is something angelic about this. It's an opportunity to build from a space of passion and play and creativity. Maybe here, Scorp Sag, you have grown spiritually, so much so that you're ready to establish a new beginning, maybe even a new chapter in your life. Oh, but again, in true Scorpio fashion, there's something that you're struggling with letting go of. Okay? There's something you might be struggling with letting go of. I don't feel it's a person. I feel it's more or less a feeling, because it's the 8th house, emotional waters. It's a feeling. This could just be your own hurt. Your trust issues could definitely be activated with this Ace of Pentacles coming towards you, and this King of Swords, Hierophant energy. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. Let's talk about this spiritual growth. Right. And it did want to come out in reverse, so that's how I am going to read it, with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands that was left from the top of the deck. Two of Swords in reverse would say you have supreme clarity about something. Maybe this is you finally being able to identify a karmic cycle in your life. And I feel that because of the 8th house, move forward and defend the self. Again, kind of how the Lovers with the 5 of Wands and then this Knight of Cups. Clarify the 2 of Swords in reverse for spiritual growth. Yeah, your clarity and your discernment is on point here, Scorp Sag. So just continue to trust yourself. And here's the Lovers back out with the 5 of Wands back out. Exactly. So I think you can trust your gut. And again, this is maybe why your solar plexus energy needs to be active and healthy. Okay? Because it almost feels like you're going to have to trust your gut instincts around something. And I think your natural gut instinct is to not trust at all and be hyper skeptical and or somehow always preparing for the worst. and allowing the best to come and almost like be a surprise in a way. I think that's something subconsciously many Scorpios actually do. I'm going to see it for the dark first. And then almost like be surprised by the light. Let the light be the treat, the cherry on top of the situation, but show me the dark. Because I need to know what I'm dealing with. I don't like dark surprises. Like, I think that's kind of where I'm picking up someone's energy like that, where it's like, I rather know the worst of it first. Like, oh, there you go. You know how sometimes people can come to you and say, I have good news and I got bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? I feel like I'm tapped into a group of y'all that would always choose bad news first. Rip the band-aid off and then sweeten it with the good news. Rather than bring you up on the good energy just to then kind of crash you down with the... And you know what? It's not that dark energy is bad. It's not, especially emotionally. It's powerful. And maybe that power, thank you, Spirit, that's the power that's being returned to you. That's the power that's being returned to you. So I feel you are being challenged here, Scorp Sag, to align yourself with this lover's energy. Yeah, that could be presenting itself to you. Okay. Clarify the energy between the ninth. Yeah, come on. Could be presenting itself to you. Yeah, the Fool and the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups coming in to pour that cup over scorched earth, to replenish it, to nourish it, to bring it back to life in a way. Maybe your ability to see now what you didn't see before could be the source of this kind of like distrust. Like I'm saying, I think you've been shown the dark side of things when it comes to some sort of cycle and transformation you've been going through, some spiritual growth season that you've been in. And it's almost as if you're now being called to move forward from that season. And that's going to require you to let the past be the past and let go. And that's what I mean. I don't know. I don't know. Especially if this has to deal with others, people outside of yourself. Why do I feel like this distrust comes from it's such a deep scar, it's a deep wound, because it's not a surface cut. That's what I want to say. Thank you, Spirit. It's not a surface cut. This cut or these cuts have been from maybe the people closest to you. And so now it's like, how do I move forward from that? And you know what, Scorp Sag, what I'll say? I think you have way more strength. And I know you don't want to hear that. I know you don't. But you do. You have way more strength than you give yourself credit for. I just think I'm back on that Nine of Wands energy. Do I have to be strong, right? And or I'm tired of being strong. Tired of it. Tired of it. Must it always be a battle? But nonetheless, this clearly might be a part of your path here, all right? A part of how you claim... I was about to say how you claim your Empress energy. That could be a part of the power that's coming back to you. This Venetian energy. Clarify the 8th house for Scorpio-Sagittarius. Ooh. Yeah. Yep, with the Eight of Wands. So devil energy, King of Wands, here you are. And this is what I was sensing and feeling. Ooh, it's that. For some of you, this is shadowy energy that you've had to rein in or harness or kind of transmute yourself. Right? We all got shadow, we all have light, but again, move forward and defend the self. Eight of Wands. Now, you know what I will say, almost with the devil and the King of Wands, fighting fire with fire kind of works in this situation. In whatever this transformation is, especially for the Eight of Wands to be at the bottom, you've either swiftly and quickly picked up on it. We did see the Knight of Wands, didn't we, with the Ace of Wands? Yeah, that's the spiritual growth. You now can discern and decipher when something is not for you, or you're meant to let go of something, maybe even before it begins with the Fool energy. And that can be kind of a, I don't want to say a scary place to be in, but that's rough. That can be a really challenging reality where like this Ace of Pentacles comes in and you already know the ending of it. You already like it, you already see it. But that higher level of awareness, that ninth house energy pulling you into the bigger picture of like, okay, I see how this is all a part of the thing, so you know you have to go through it. Yeah. You know what I just heard? I just heard no shortcuts. That's one thing about this cusp energy. There are no shortcuts moving from Scorpio to Sag, moving from the 8th to the 9th house. No shortcuts at all. You see how that bird skeleton ain't not a feather? He's skin, meat, tissue, nothing. Nothing is left untouched, unscorched. So yeah, it's going through the fire, Scorp Sag, and you know that. You know that life, you know that path, you know that journey very well. So I feel like with the king, and again, thank you, Spirit, this isn't a Page of Wands. This isn't even really a Knight of Wands. It's not the Queen of Wands either. It's the King. King shows mastery. You've mastered the shadow. Like I said, show me the dark about it first, so I can know what I'm actually spiritually up against. And then sweeten it, you know, with the Lover's energy. Because the Lovers and the Devil, two sides of the same coin. One is in high vibe, one is in low. And this is what I mean. I think that there have been a lot of karmic ties revealed to you. Yeah, that you're being asked to move on from. And again, why do I feel like it's close to home? And what I mean by that is these are probably people that you didn't want to have to leave behind, Scorp Sag, that you didn't want to have to let go of in this way. And that's what I mean. It's like you already somehow tap into the fate of the situation and are maybe grappling with the fact that it's fate, you know, can't change. I mean, well, I'm not going to say you can't change fate. You can. It's to some of your choices. I don't know. I really do feel like it's this big push and pull between seeing the big picture and understanding, but then having to deal with the humanness about it. So again, if you have been in that hermit season, you maybe have almost like, I don't want to say fully integrated, because I don't know that we ever do, still kind of learning more about that, but I think you have embodied and integrated a large part of your spirit here, Scorp Sag, and then it's now having to kind of ground down a little bit. And it's like, I think that's what you're, okay, thank you, Spirit, that's what you're holding on to. The peace that comes from being in that hermit energy. So if there is this call to come out of hermit energy, I just heard it better be worth it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh. Scorp Sag. Yeah, I think that that's what's the question. Is it worth it? Ace of Pentacles being your first card out. Queen of Wands, here you go. Queen of Wands, Pisces, Aries energy. And this is what I mean by, I think for some of you, this could even be a relationship that you now maybe see as karmic. Okay? Yeah, death. There you go. And again, that doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic one. It's just a connection. Okay? Some of you with the Ace of Pentacles being the first card out and the Three of Pentacles and now the Queen of Pentacles being back here, this is work. Potentially, this might not even have to do with, like, again, love, romance, partnership, anything like that. This could literally be your karmic ties to your 10th house or the world stage. Being in particular toxic work environments. Being gravitating to certain industries and or like how could I say that? Skill sets. Thank you, Spirit. Using certain skill sets from a how could I say that? Bear with me, y'all. Words are not my friend right now. Because it's energy, right? It's the King and Queen of Wands. It's just felt. You just know or you don't. And not everything that you know spiritually has words to explain, okay? But what I do love to see, with the Lovers also being here and the Fool, you have the Hierophant, you have this Ace of Pentacles. If you've had to come into a deeper balance with your own fire, embrace the power of your fire. And again, that's what I was feeling. Power being returned to the solar plexus. That's your fire center. From situations that either drained you of it or utilized it for themselves. Again, I keep getting this word stolen. I don't know what that's about, Scorp Sag. Let me know in the comments. I feel there will. Oh, okay. Some of you, not all of you, there was an opportunity. And I'm going to put this, I got to put this in double air quotes. Stolen from you. Anything that is yours is truly yours, right? Can interferences happen? Sure. Can people try to wear your skin if they want to? Sure, they can try, right? I don't know why I'm going down this road, but I'm going to go because it's coming up really strong here, okay? So hopefully this helps somebody. But anything, any opportunity that was meant to come your way, meant to be yours, meant for your experience, that could have had some sort of block or challenge to. Something about a karmic couple. That's weird. Again, I think that you've had either more than one person attempt. Why do we gotta go down this road, child? But we will. You've had more than one person attempt to block this Ace of Pentacles coming in for you, or put some sort of barricade or blockage on your finances, on your stability, trying to make you unstable, trying to shake up your world, whatever that might be. All right. Yet you're here in the Fool and the Hierophant still. Like, I just think that, Scorp Sag, you are more powerful than you give yourself credit. And I think often people pick up on that, and what you've maybe had to learn is people will use that against you. When you're not walking in the knowledge of who you are, or you are avoiding it, you're afraid of it, You don't want to. Again, it's something about the sun. Sun has come out twice. Something about you shining. Again, the soul, it's something on your solar plexus, my loves. I really, really would encourage you. I do have a chakra healing playlist curated for you guys, linked in the description box below, but it's in your solar plexus. I feel like you're closing up any sort of intrusion, interference, again, vampiric energies, leeches, parasitic energies, parasitic connections, parasitic environments that were benefiting off you not having some sort of spiritual clarity at one point. But now that you do, again, what's yours, what's meant to be for you is coming towards you, is returning to you. And that return process can't be stopped. Okay? It can't. It absolutely can't. What's the energy between the 8th house and Mars? And you know what? What did I say? I felt like I said something about anger with Mars being here now. Did I say that on members or was it on this? Child, I be channeling. I don't even know. Time just gets real funny when you channel. Righteous anger? Did I say something like that? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But that's kind of what I'm getting off of Mars. You have, thank you, you have the right to defend yourself. It's almost as if that is your situation, that's your story. And again, if it's not, don't take it, okay? Don't adhere to it. You got your cusp playlist down below. If this isn't your reading, you can shuffle through the hundreds of reads that I have, all right? They're all timeless. But for those of you resonating, you have the right to defend yourself. This is why I feel like it's something close to you. It's like you don't want to get in this energy with the situation, with this environment, with this dynamic, if it's work, in this space, if it's family, with these members, if it's friends, if it's a lover. You fill that blank in, okay? But I feel this hesitation to get into this Mars energy, to get into this defensive stance for some of y'all. Because you know the ending that it's going to come. That's what I mean. You know the fate of that decision. So maybe some of you have been prolonging it because you don't want to have something end. And not in a, again, I don't feel desperation. There's no desperation out in these cards. I feel it more or less sentimental. I feel it in the realm of like a 6 of Cups. Nostalgic. It hits home. I don't know what the, again, oh man, it hits home. It hits home. And maybe that's by design. Scorp-Sag, again, that could definitely be by design. What better way to try to attempt to stop something than to hit close to home, right? Ooh, Some of you really need to defend yourself towards some energy that's coming your way because it's projection, nonetheless. And again, even with you being in, even with you being in the hermit state that you are, I feel like that's maybe even the case. Maybe you've been hermit for a really long time and there's energies coming your way trying to agitate you out of hermit. I'm kind of perplexed by this energy because I don't know why it feels like intentional testing. Almost like energies going out of their way out of their way to try to rattle something for you or destabilize something for you or something within you. What I'll say is I'm not a fan of this energy. I do not like it because it feels like malice. Someone intentionally trying to disrupt you. covertly is what I just heard. So again, I think that's what I mean by like you're seeing it for what it is. So this could be something or someone that tries to put a sweet energy on, or tries to like almost, yeah, with that fifth house energy. You could be dealing with the Leo. You could be dealing with the Leo. Not necessarily, but you could. But tries to kind of put on this childlike face, childlike mask, so that you naturally feel that Queen of Cups towards it. Because I want to call it an it, because I feel like for some of you this is work, so it wouldn't necessarily be one person. It's the energetic environment that is almost like one entity that you're up against, or that you're having to defend yourself against. Others of you, it is a person, it's a relationship. Here's what I'll say. Let's not focus too much on what anybody else got going on and what they're choosing to do with their precious life and breath and energy, if it is someone or whatever. We won't breathe life into that anymore. How you navigate and how you move forward is the Page of Wands. You play with it. It's the childlike energy. You get playful. And that's a very Scorpionic thing too. Evolve Scorpio? Well, maybe not all the way evolved. I guess there could be some, a little bit of ego in that too, but mess around enough with the Scorpionic energy, a true Scorpionic energy, you don't even know the depths of how they might be messing with you. Like almost as if, oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. So what I'm getting called into is like, let's say again, we'll roll back on that. Someone's presenting a sweet mask, an innocent mask when they're not so innocent behind the mask. And maybe you've been tapped into that awareness. I know that someone's portraying themselves to be one thing and they're actually another, right? Rather than call that out, it would almost be like some of you could be Hyoka or Heyoka empaths, where you would then mirror that deception backwards to them. In the sense of, I don't want to say playing dumb, but in a way kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going on when you know what's going on. It's something like that that you've either had to recently navigate, or you're learning how to address those types of energies. Yeah, period. Seven of Wands. You're learning how to defend yourself. Okay? Uniting your own masculine and feminine to combat that shadow energy, or to integrate that shadow energy. This is how your shadow works for you. When you know your own darkness, no one else's darkness can really scare you, because you know the depth of your own. You can identify it way better. Your shadows actually end up working for you, because they'll sniff out the shadow in someone else. And I think that just even being in that realm of awareness has maybe been an adjustment. That's what I feel. It's been an adjustment. But what I love is that you're learning how to play with it. Some of you are learning how to play that game where I don't think you wanted to play before, or you even knew a game was going on. Now that you're aware, it's like, oh, okay. Okay. Oh, that's what we're doing? Wonderful. Yeah, the page to the queen to the king, and we also saw the knight. Yeah, no, I've mastered this. I feel like we got that in your angel message, right? Wasn't that one of your ancestors, Shaolin Master? This is that. This is that. Wax on, wax off, Scorp Sag. Right. Right. And now the Queen of Cups is in reverse. And then the Wheel of Fortune. So here's what I'll say about the Queen of Cups being in reverse. It's the Mars energy is the complete opposite. Right. It's the complete opposite of a Queen of Cups upright. Queen of Cups is not necessarily the one that you want to go to when you need to battle something. And no knock against the Queen of Cups. It's just not their strong suit. They can tend to the wounds that you incur during battle, But actually getting out on that battlefield, it's going to be the Queen of Wands. Every time. Every time. And I feel as though this has either been the perception of you, the Queen of Cups in reverse, where like you don't have control over your emotions. You're easy. Oh, thank you, Spirit. A Queen of Cups in reverse would be very easily to emotionally manipulate. Very easy. This would be the energy that wears their heart on their sleeve to the detriment of themselves. Okay, and maybe at one point, Scorp-Sag, that was you. Almost like having a bleeding heart in a way. I almost get to, if this is energy you have to defend yourself against, you are either defending yourself against a Queen of Cups in reverse, so Gemini or Cancer energy, someone who has really nasty feminine energy, honestly, or someone who's just extremely manipulative emotionally themselves. Like, they are not above guilt tripping you. They're not above playing against your, thank you, Spirit, that's why it hits close to home. They are not against utilizing and leveraging whatever sense of sentimental, thank you, Spirit. I know I be saying stuff for a reason. Sentimental energy you might have, playing on your heart. That's what a Queen of Cups in reverse would do. That's who you need to defend yourself from. Okay? Okay. Clarify this Mars energy and this Queen of Cups in reverse. Exactly. The Four of Swords. And how you do that is just be at peace. Nobody can agitate what you've already created peace around unless you allow them to. And this is what I mean. This is where you are, Scorp-Sag. You're in the Four of Swords. You're past the Three of Swords. And it feels like this Queen of Cups, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a Gemini or a Cancer. It could just be someone embodying Queen of Cups in reverse energy. Someone coming in thinking that they can emotionally manipulate you by poking at scars, poking at pain, bringing up trauma, trying to recreate it over and over and over again to keep you trapped and keep you stuck and keep you out of alignment. That is what you're ending. That cycle. Okay? Some of you have had to suffer through that a few times around. But I see you in the Four of Swords. You've made peace. Or this is you, Scorp-Sag, needing to learn when to be the peacemaker and when to start the war. And I feel like maybe for some of you, starting the war has been the more uncomfortable part of all of this, but I think you're getting over that. Especially if you're newly and freshly behind the veil of this situation. Yeah, that anger is going to get you over that quite quickly, as anger should. Anger is a beautiful emotion. Right. Right. So this is definitely a situation that has caused a lot of emotional conflict for you. And it no longer can. This is someone who has a toxic heart. I don't know how else to say that to you. Or toxic emotional habits or poor emotional hygiene. This is also maybe someone who thinks you'll just sit from any cup, or thought that. Oh, okay, now we're getting into it. Here comes the inner child, Scorp-Sag. And this is again why I say this could hit close to home, or somebody who's just very aware of your upbringing or what you've been through. This is again maybe somebody using something against you or attempting to. Like use your own heart, your own experiences against you. Yeah, that sucks. I'm so sorry, Scorp-Sag. It's such a shitty energy to be in, or even just to have to move through and deal with in general. It sucks. It really does. All right, so I'm sending a big hug, a lot of love out to you guys. Now, I could be talking on a situation that has already happened. For some of you, you're like, yep, been here, done that, know it, ready to move forward and defend. So congratulations with the Fool here in the Hierophant, you are. Others of you, though, I feel like there's a little bit more left for you to have to see, integrate, understand, overstand, and combat before you get to that Fool energy. Okay? So sending love to you again wherever you're at. Let's clarify this Hierophant between the 5th house and the 9th house. The Moon. I really want to say the word hidden. I'm not sure how that applies. We'll dig a little deeper into that on the extended. Okay, that'll be live over on Patreon. And there's the Tower. Mars energy. Okay? Your spiritual growth is moving you forward. Whether you feel ready or not, Scorp-Sag, it's time. Okay? It's time to move on. It's time to move forward. It's time to allow that tower to fall. And I know I almost want to cry for somebody here because I feel it. It's like, I almost hear like, never in a million years would you think you'd have to do that. It's some of you, it's a person. Someone that means a lot to you, or someone who holds a large space in your life. So family, maybe. Doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be a job, a career you've been a part of for a really long time that you're just like, I know that I'm growing beyond it, but there's just, again, you've put in time, you've put in work, you've put in effort. You know, it's sentimental, or again, there's something there. There's some sort of emotional tie that you need to look at here, Scorp-Sag, okay? Clarify the Page of Wands. And there it is. Judgment, Death, and the Four of Cups. Exactly. Understanding that this transformation, this 8th house energy, and you know what's interesting? I'm kind of getting the Fool and the Four of Cups could kind of be a similar energy. It's that in-between stage. These 3 cups haven't spilt over yet, but I'm sensing and feeling a 4th cup coming in. This is what it is. And I know that if I am to accept that 4th cup, these 3 cups are going to spill. This could really be speaking on some sort of energetic shift within a connection. So maybe let's say if it was the 3 of Cups, this would be something that was lighthearted. It was kept on the surface. Now you understand why it was. Like, you're getting the reasons why something had to maintain some sort of superficiality, I feel. And now that you've grown beyond that superficiality in this situation, for some of you, this is a specific situation. It's kind of like that ignorance is bliss. It's the bliss that you don't want to let go of. The bliss of when you didn't kind of know, because now knowing that bliss is gone. And now you're stuck with the reality of something, maybe. Not even the reality, the truth of it. 2 of Swords in reverse, you see it. And this is Spirit calling judgment, yeah, and I feel like it's on an Emperor. Now, again, the Emperor with the Hierophant also being out here could represent an institution, a job, you see what I'm saying? So, it doesn't necessarily have to be a lover. It could be a King of Pentacles, again. Some of you feel called, and here's the 9 of Wands. Some of you definitely feel called to honestly, I think you're being called to create a tower. Your decision to move forward into the 4 of Swords move forward and out of the Seven Cups around something and into the Four Swords creates a tower. Calls judgment on a situation. Okay? And you've got, oh, but the sun's here again. And then you got the Nine of Swords with the Hangman. That's what I mean. Now that you see it for what it is, it's hard to unsee it. Yet, joy, success, positivity will grow from this. Okay, and again, that's your solar plexus. We're in Leo season. Get into it, all right? Alrighty, y'all. Let's go ahead and head over. Ooh, sorry, I didn't even pull a card for the Page of Wands. We'll head over into the extended here shortly. I thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. Let me know your thoughts about the energies that came forward, what connected with you in the comments down below. Make sure you read the community guidelines before doing so. I appreciate it. Just to keep our comments solid, all right? Make sure you also like this video if this felt like a part of your story, and that you are subscribed so you can tune into our upcoming live tarot readings here on our channel. Yep. I'll take it. Page of Wands and the Four of Cups back out here, okay? So, you stepping into a playful energy, or you not allowing any sort of emotional manipulation, bring your spirit down. Get you out of a playful or passionate space around your life is what's enacting this tower and bringing you into the Fool. This is what I feel here, Scorp Sag. Whoever, if this is a who, okay, or a whom's, is that the who's? What's the plural of who's? Who? Multiple who's? Anyway, multiple people, one person. Anyway, I feel like it was thought or believed that you would never get past this Seven of Cups. Okay? That you wouldn't have the strength, the courage, hence the season we're in, to fight back. Especially after they look at the Ten of Swords. Right. Someone really felt like the 10 swords they put in your back would keep you stuck in your head forever, 8 of Swords, and that you wouldn't defend yourself. Oh, but the strength that you've gained while in your Hermit season. Looking forward towards an Ace of Wands. Listen here, Scorp Sag, you got nothing to worry about, okay? And the High Priestess, yeah, you got nothing to worry about. Just keep trusting yourself. Keep feeling it out. Keep riding that wave that you're on if you're on it. Keep believing in your growth from it and feeding the growth from it. And everything is going to go to plan. Okay? Sometimes, Scorp Sag, it's a time for peace and a time for war. And I think that you're starting to, again, better tell that time. Alrighty, my loves. We'll end it there because I know I have talked probably way beyond the time I planned. But I thank you guys so much for being here again. Let me know your thoughts. I look forward to talking to you in the comments. And I'll see you soon. Namaste.